So, welcome to the Please Subscribe show. The thing is I think even though things have probably gotten a little crazy in processing, trying to export, getting everything done, dealing with the memory on the phone, things have gotten kind of a little nutty. But even though that's happened, I'm going to learn something from it. So I'm going to go through with it. I'm doing a lot of exports that are 10 minutes, maybe 12 minutes or so. So we stopped with the whole hour exports ones, which those will be watched later by my biggest fans. But I'm doing like 10 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to get those up. So that should, be a little bit different. So I'm learning something from it. So I'm getting a lot of feedback like a loser kind of thing. Well, the dude was a loser and we cared about him. Remember the dude in the Big Lebowski, remember, with Jeff Bridges? He was kind of a loser, but we cared about him, even though he was a loser. The Ramones, they were kind of a loser band, but we cared about them, and eventually they became the best band in the world. So we're going to just keep doing it and just keep, learning from the things. There's some failures, fell down, you got to get back up, you fall down. Usually in this kind of business, you fall down when you say something bad about somebody or something, So I'm just going to keep doing it anyway and just maybe fall down a whole bunch and then get back up, Because when I was a skateboarder, I had to learn to do that, You fall down, you don't get every trick, And then eventually you start nailing the tricks and you have what's called a session, right? So we're trying to get there, and we're gonna have to fall down and get back up, and then eventually just keep rolling. A little ollie here, no comply, back to maybe another ollie. Okay, another kick flip, kick flip ollie, no comply, and then do like a rail slide, and then maybe a 50-50 grind. And then back to a rail slide. We're gonna get a session eventually, so we're gonna be able to figure it out. So I just saw two guys walking with camelbacks. It's also called camelbacks or camel packs. It's a camel pack, okay? Camel pack. Two guys walking with a camel pack and water in it. So I'm sure they're probably militia. Soccer mom, just going on wild dog right there. Yeah, that's most likely a soccer mom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a soccer mom. So I hacked into her Google Home, and she's in the refrigerator right now. She's taking out a big old gallon of yogurt, and she's coating it with like brown sugar, and she's cut up some bananas, and now she's opened up a package of a dark chocolate and then caramel chocolate and white chocolate, and she's cutting up the white chocolate and put it in the yogurt. She's mixing it all up, and she's like pigging out right now. The soccer mom is. This is actually soccer mom hour. The Bluetooth is probably going to kick in. That means it's going to cut off, but we've got another soccer mom that's more tan. The other one was more pale and ivory. So we're moving along this way, the American flag. So the second soccer mom, I'll try to hack into her Google Home and see what she eats too. I'll get back with you just a minute. So I hacked into her Google Home, and I looked, through I could actually see through her refrigerator because she had Wi-Fi set up on her refrigerator. And she did go for the yogurt too, but she only did the white chocolate. She mixed up the white chocolate and the bananas. And she's pigging out right now. There was another soccer mom back that way, and I hacked into her kitchen unit through Amazon. I was able to look through her cabinets and stuff like that. She opened up, she had a bunch of Snicker bars, and she stuck a bunch of Snicker bars in her mouth really quick and chewed it up. It's like, all I could hear was like, she's eating up like really fast. She still had her jogging suit on and everything. It was another soccer mom. She was a little heftier than the other ones, but she ate like 4 or 5 Snicker bars on. So I just got the news from the militia, and they are setting up a base at Walt Disney World. So that's mostly where they're going to be trading things like AR-15s, M16s, different types of assault rifles like HK7s, and all that stuff. And, like surface-to-air missiles, all that stuff's going through an underground tunnel at Disney World right now in Florida. So they're doing that. And Disneyland, too. They went ahead and they're communicating with each other, and they're both setting up militia posts. So you can go there. You want to dance around with a lightsaber and act like, Luke Skywalker, you can do that too. Or you can clean your HK7 or MP5 if you want to do that too. This is both Disney World, Disney World and Disneyland. So both coast to coast are setting up militias. And that's where the main headquarters are at right now. I just got the news right now from a message from someone that goes to Disney World. Huh. So we've got someone broke the law up this way. I always want to keep my 6 feet on the car kind of thing when passing by, because the car weighs like 2 tons, you never know. Here comes a guy who's going to go like real fast right here. Just kind of cruising right here. Actually, that guy's going to stay like right behind me.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
So we are coming up to a railroad crossing. That guy's being real good. And he probably might pass since we're out of the actual POW. He's just kind of, there he goes. He chickened out. All right, I won. Imagine that. We're at a railroad crossing. Cool. Finally. I needed to wait. I'll probably just edit a show while I'm waiting. Or this way. I squint real hard. Can you see the railroad? It's like it's a train. Railroad train. A train crossing right here. Anyway, it's some kind of obstruction. You can kind of see that you can't go forward. Those are Volvo ones right there. Made by Volvo. See? Volvo. Volvo. It's a little dog right there. Approaching a railroad crossing. Of course, you didn't see it, but you'll see it right here. Approaching a railroad crossing is what it says over and over. I'm trying to get more of those. Approaching a railroad crossing. Kind of got old David Lynch there for a minute. Dang, railroad crossing. I gotta go in between these two areas. It's kind of one of those times in life where you're like, where in the world am I located? Republic Drive? The Republicans have their own drive. It just doesn't have all the gold and silver in the world. Here is, Independence. I found my Independence Parkway. Right off Republic Drive. Isn't that nice? And there is the road, right? Okay. A steer, I'm going to ask him exactly how to get back to Roanoke. Hey, steer with the horns. The white one right there. With the brown ear. How do you get back to Roanoke? Hey, brown cow with the horns. Stop ignoring me. One of these days, I'm going to eat you. Look real tasty, cow. Moo! The whole purpose of a Republican is this. It boils down to brass tacks of this moment right here. A Republican wants to make a lot of money so that his wife will live in his big house and that he can stuff his money and stuff his face with food and keep his wife. Which doesn't work because they don't They don't love their husbands. They don't love a fat ass, right? So they have their big house. Their woman lives there because they're commanded to. And they stuff their face with a bunch of food, right? And keep that woman. That's their goal. The Democrats, the complete opposite. They love, their woman loves them because of a passionate, natural thing, right? It's the real love. The Republican love is of excess, feasting, lots of money, lots of gold, lots of big, it's the king sitting on his throne saying, listen, honey, listen, you wench, if you don't listen to me, I'll cut your head off. That's the Republican Republican man. The Democratic man is the one that allows her to roam free, and the love is for real. That's the difference between a Republican and a Democrat. The band is the hard way. Filmmaking's hard, but it's not as hard as music. The band is the hard way. It's hard, and it's a way. But to create a band is hard. It's hard work, and it's consistent. You have to find these licks. You got to have good lyrics. You got to be able to be good enough so people will listen. It's not always the Republican way. See, the Republican would hire a band to be in his movie. The Democrat would create his own music. See, as a filmmaker, I'm pointing the camera towards where the sun is. Right? I'm trying to find what's kind of Democrat, kind of Republican. Okay? It's kind of both the same thing in a way. Only maybe the Republican would hire a cinematographer, and the Democrat would become the cinematographer as the filmmaker. See the difference? The Republican's going to hire all this team of people, billions and billions of dollars. All these cinematographers, they're all going to plan everything. The Democrat's just going to show it how it is. And he's going to be the cinematographer. And he's also going to make the choices. He's going to lay down the content, but he's going to try to find truth. The Republican is going to buy the truth. The Democrat is going to find the truth. The Republican is going to say, you can both burn in hell. The Democrat is going to say, enjoy your marriage. See the difference? The Republican says, you can both burn in hell. The Democrat says, enjoy your marriage. Enjoy the union that you have. There's a difference between the two. The Republican isn't like that. The Democrat wonders what that is. The Republican doesn't want to look at a Dutch angle, but the Democrat does. It changes. There's change. The Republican says, oh, she doesn't love you. Become independent and take over the world. The Democrat says, all she does is think of you. And she'll always love you. There's a difference between the two. The Republican will end up in rust because of his desire for perfection. He'll end up covered in rust. The Democrat will be covered in wheat. The Republican will say, God didn't let you. The Democrat will say, try again. See the difference between the two? There's a difference between the two. The Republican will keep saying over and over again, God didn't let you. And the Democrat will say, try again. Until finally, God allows you. Interesting. Sharing pain with other people. 60. You guys going like 90. So the Republican hates the earth. And the Democrat loves the earth. The Republican wants to destroy you. And the Democrat wants to save you. That's why the Republicans are so cruel. Every Republican that's out there knows someone that has aborted a child. And almost, I would say every Republican lady, but many Republican ladies have had an abortion. I don't think the Democrats are for abortion, but they should reconsider, the whole law's tied with abortion, because it's just not right. The Democrats know that. They should try to find ways to prevent abortion. So they should start something that has to do with abortion prevention. If even the Republicans try to outlaw it, but it still is in effect. So we obviously know it's going to happen. But we should at least try to talk women into keeping the child, regardless if they're Republican or Democrat.